the Monday.com native option. Now, this is the one that's already in your Monday, and our implementation specialists, their feedback on it and mine as well is that it's nice and simple. It's already there. It's easy to use. It tracks how long an item is open for. So, you could have it starting your tracking when a client makes an inquiry and a new lead drops in. How long has that one been sitting there? You can use it for how long have people been working on a job. So I'll show you through some of that in some of the recordings. It's great for small teams. It's really good for people who are just getting into time tracking, who just want some of the basics, don't want anything too complicated, don't necessarily need, all of the bells and whistles. They just need something that tracks time, has a button that does it, and gets the job done. That's what this one's for. So again, it's really good for quick and easy to start. It's got a timer button. You can log time entries manually as well. So it's not just about the timer. So if you forget to log something, you can go back and do it afterwards, like I tend to do all the time. Because it is native, it works really nicely with automations to start and stop it. It's free. It is exportable depending on how you have your boards set up. You can log from the column or item view. So depending on how you prefer to use Monday, your team might prefer to, just click in the columns and have it in that table view. Or you might prefer to, on each item, actually open up the item and in the item view, use it there. There's also, and I will show you through a quick screen recording of this, it's so easy from the mobile app as well. So if you're using the Monday mobile app, this one is kind of a no-brainer for that if, it ticks all of your other boxes. The cons. It is simple. It is easy. There's not a lot to it. That's not really built for scalability. So if you've got, a couple of hundred people and you're looking at using this to complete their timesheets and, break it down into whether something is cost or not cost, this isn't the one for you. Your reporting is kind of restricted to, as I say, just what time has been spent on an item. So saying that, it's just about how long something has been open, how long somebody has been working on something, or how long something has taken. It's not so much about trying to work out all of the other stuff that we'll go through in some of the others. You can only export per task. So again, this comes back to the scalability. If you've got heaps and heaps of data that you want to track on, this one's probably not the one for you. Any additional functions would need to be built in manually. So again, because it does work quite nicely with the native automations and with everything else that you've got running in Monday, you can probably make it a fair bit more complex than it is, but you got to do that yourself by building out different automations or formulas or columns, things like that. It's not suitable when a breakdown of users or type is required. So if there's a task open, and I'll show you this in a sec, if there's a task open and I click go on the timer, and then I click stop an hour later, and then Paul comes in and clicks go that he's working on it now, and he clicks stop an hour later, it just shows that 2 hours have been timed. It doesn't show that I did 1 hour and Paul did another hour. It can be a little bit tricky to track on sub items. It is doable. It's more of a little workaround than something that sort of comes easily to it though. All right, this is a little video I did showing you how it works. But what we might do is hit pause on that for a sec and see if my streaming works nicely. And rather than watching a video, let me run you through it live. All right, can you guys see my Monday screen now? Yep. All right. So we've put together a little bit of a sandbox, a little bit of a mock-up here. Not everything in here works as far as all of the other Monday features and automations and things that could be put into these. These are purely to show you the time tracking options. It's not to show you everything about Monday. So the native time tracking. This is a example of, it's a very, very simple dashboard. For items or tasks that are assigned to Lachlan, this is how many hours have been tracked against those. Really all it is. But in saying that, because it is just a regular column in your Monday, you could bring in a lot more into your reporting or your dashboards there. But this is kind of where it starts. Now, if you've worked with us before, you'll know that we do a lot of things with what we call high-level board, low-level board. So in this case, your high level board or almost your summary type board or your management board is your projects board. And then underneath that, you've got your tasks board, which is where all the work happens. So we've got two projects here, and we can see multiple tasks assigned to each one of those. So item 1, item 3, da da da. So we can either click into them through here or we can go down to the board to see the tasks, and that's where I'll take you for now. This is it here. What you see here, time tracking, you'll see the little play button, pretty self-explanatory. You hit play, it starts counting. Now, what we built into this, I'll leave that counting, why not? What we built into this as well was, we think that that task is going to take 5 hours. We've already spent 4 hours. That means just under an hour is remaining. So that is using the power of Monday itself and normal Monday formulas and automations to use this data effectively. So really, really nice for that and knowing, whether something has gone over. So this one here obviously went over because we used 332 hours to do something that should have only taken 3 hours. Now I'm going to guess that somebody just left a timer running there. But so you can see that I've just clicked go there and it has taken it off the remaining hours there. Nice and easy. We've spent just over 4 hours on it. Again, you can do it from item view as well. There's your item card. We've only got the one thing in here just to show it to you how it is, and you can track your time there. Again, same button. You can add a session manually as well, and you can see that a number of us have been in here playing around. And this is where I was saying before, you can export, but only at item level. So you can't export everything from a board unless you're actually pulling the data as you normally would in Monday into somewhere to actually report from. But you can export one tracking log for one item here. So you can add a session in here. Say I can say that last Tuesday I spent an hour, add session, and that one has added itself into there for me. So if I go back now to over here, that's changed to 5 hours. So it automatically updated. Now we are over our hours. You can add some pretty conditional formatting in there if you want to. You can always click to go back to the project. That's just your regular, linking boards. And over here, we have set up a bit of a workload, I suppose, widget to sort of show you how it can look here. See, again, we can click on what items Lachlan has on and see, all right, so that's what he's working on at the moment. It's taken 5 hours already. So again, really good if you've got small teams. Doesn't work so well with your bigger teams because again, anybody can click go on these items. Okay, so that is our native tracking. And here, this expected hours spent, this updates from the items. So you don't have to manually update the project. You just update the items that you're working on, automatically comes back up to the project at this high level view. So you can see that. But what I want to show you now is what I said before was really cool, which was the mobile app. So that's what it looks like on mobile. Same little button in the column, click go from your phone, click pause, and you're done. Nice and easy. It's super intuitive because it's just a play button. Same thing if you open up the item itself. It's all there. Time tracking, just hit the button. You can see how many remaining hours, estimated, everything that you can see. And it is the time tracking is functional from there as well, which I really like. So if you're after something relatively simple, and you've got a small team, you're just wanting to track some time, the Monday native one is pretty good for that.